Sweet. All right. So when to be using just look at the past paper, most recent, well, 2022, right? And then we're um going to be using that past paper now. All right. So when to be using just look at the past paper, most recent, well, 2022, right? And then we're um going to be using that past paper now. All right. So when to be using just look at the. All right, good. All right. Just give me 1 second. All right. So we're going to go live. 1 little second. All right. So let's now look at a past paper question, a full past paper question, and then we look at we will look at go straight into vectors itself. So we will CSEC. All right, so we're doing this quickly. 2022. So, all right, it's loading. All right, so looking for 2022. Here it is. So this is paper 2 coming up here. All right, so this is our 2022 past paper. Are you guys seeing it? You seen it? All right,
Yes, sir.
good. Now, please note, and this was the year before exam, not 2023. And actually, the 2023 paper was leaked, so therefore, um, you would have a copy. I'd have a copy of that. All right. Now, the exam is 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is the same as 160 minutes, right? And of course, you have 2 sections to the paper, section 1 and 2. And of course, you have 7 questions to do. Brianna is on. You have 7 questions to do. You have 7 questions to do. 7 questions. Section 1 has 7 questions. Section 2 has 3 questions. And you have to answer all questions. Good? So write your answers in spaces provided in this booklet. And do not write in the margin. Actually, those are the instructions. Also, well, I didn't add it to this paper, but in every exam, you have the formulas, which you don't need to memorize these formulas because you actually give them to you. Good. Now,
Sir, yeah, glitch.
I am glitching. Are you having the same problem, Krishan? Having the same problem? All right, let me put in my earphone. Hold on there. All right, hear me better now, Yanni?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so this is so you have the fractions, You have to know indices as you can see this question here. And of course, you have some worded problems. And note question number one, part A, divided into several different parts. And the maximum score for that is 9. I want you to add up the scores because I want to show you something. So that one is 9 points. Keep check of it. That's 9. Now we have algebra, where factorization, solving equation, subject of the formula. So even when you're using a past paper, now that you're doing an exam come next year, when you're using a past paper, don't just try to do the questions. The past paper tells you which subtopic. So you know the subject of the formula. So if you're going to use a textbook or YouTube videos or whatever it is going to use in a spare time, you know, say, all right, let me look at subject of the form. What they mean by this. I'm going to learn about it. They get back to the past paper question and they try what you learned from the source of information. Good. Then now you move to the next one. This says write an equation, right? Showing the ratio between two different variables, H and P. You look through again the algebra and find out how you write the equation. Good. Now move further. This one now is based on transformation geometry. But it didn't get the points for question number 2, right? Total points for question number 2 is what? That's 9. So 9 plus 9, how much you got? 18, right? Yeah, but if you guys are adding that, that's 18 points.
Yes,
No,
sir.
good. So question number 3, this is transformation geometry. Good. Transformation geometry, which comes under geometry and trigonometry. The total now for that question is another 9 points again. So how much you got? 27, right? 27 points. All right. Now, this one is functions and relations. And I have videos for everything except for algebra. Good. So we'll teach that on a Wednesday night. Now, so for question number 4, this is functions and relations and graph. And that now, so the graph coming out now. That now we have how much points now? Another 9 points. So much at 4 nines, 36. They will go on to which topic is this? Can you tell me which topic is this? Which topic is this? Which topic is this we're doing now? Anybody can tell me?
Frequ- Frequency.
No, what the entire unit name that you're now doing on talent LMS? Statistics, right? So
Yeah.
statistics have a full mark for itself, which is which is 9 points again. So how much question we got? 5? 5 nines how much? So we got 5 nines. 5 nines how much? 45?
45. Yeah.
5. Good. That's 45. Then we've gone into this one now, measurements now, which is another uh 9 points. So 6 times 9 is how much? What are 6 nines?
54.
54. All right, so 54. And then question 7 is where you have this is normally a random question where you have to investigative questions they call this. All right. I'm going to do some investigative questions on Wednesday nights as well with investigative questions. So 7. So we're going how much we're going? 40. How much have we gone? 54. Then 10, 64 marks. So section 1 alone is 64 marks. That's 64, right? That's 64 down. Section 3, I have 3 questions to do. The number 8, total mark is 12. So right on the 63. The bottom of the 63 down. So we're going 10 now. Sorry, 12. And then after that 12, after that 12, right? Right. So after that 12, we're at question what, 9? So after the 12, we'll go and say another 12 again. And I can tell you the third question is also 12 marks. So you do the maths now. So 63 plus 36, that is 99. And if we miss a mark, because it says 100 marks. So then, for you to do well at paper 2, you cannot go below 50. So you have to get at least the full score in 4
So
questions.
this that's something I do. All of that's something I look on a paper too.
Yeah, ours is paper 2.
Ah,
Ours is paper 2. Right? So it means then you have to um you have to come to the classes, do the assignments you are given each week. So when you come to the scheduled class time on a Wednesday, so we're doing 2 units each week. That's what we're doing. We're doing 2 units out of 9 units. So if each week we're focusing on 2, if you do what you're supposed to do on talent LMS, then guess what? We're finishing our unit quick and fast. You look hard so far. Well, you start the topics already. You start statistics. We're continuing on vectors tonight. Good. So let's now move to our vectors. I'm going to continue vectors. Welcome back to class, Brianna. All right. Welcome back. So let's go. Let us now start and get the job done right now. All right. Let's bring up our graph and move into the other part of the vectors. All right. All right. So let's go. All right. So we're going to move now into our other vectors. Give me 1 second there, please. Let's go. Okay. Now, so last class we plot some points, we drew the vectors, and now we're going to use the position vectors now to get the displacement vectors. All right. Taking our time to learn this thing so you can understand. And if there's time, we look at some past paper questions. I'll be making some videos for vectors too, so don't worry yourself about that. All right. Now let's continue now. Now, so we're still on vectors, and we're going to plot a point. Let's plot this point, is our point of origin. So that is, let's call that capital O. Capital O. And O is always used for that. Then now, we're going to plot another point. Let's say we plot that point there. And then now, when you draw a vector from here to here, and then of course, I'm going to call that point Let's call that point A. We kind of overuse point A, but let's stick to the principle first. Now, how we get let us start recap a bit. Let's recap a bit. So how we get the vector. Hold on there. All right. So how we get the vector, we count using the graph, that is. So from 1 on the horizontal shift or on the x-axis. Let's write that. Let us write the vector then first. So the vector OA and that. So we're going across 1 on the x-axis. Then we move up 1, 2, 3 on the y-axis. So everybody see that? So that is vector OA. So now we're going to go to vector. You saw it, Yanni? I didn't hear you. You saw it?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So now we're going to know vectors OB. In the vector OB, let's look at vector OB. So let's put B right there. So we draw the vector now. So we call that point B right here. And let's draw the vector, the direction of the vector. So that is vector OB. Now, can somebody tell me what vector OB is? What is vector OB?
Sir, 4, 5.
4 or 5. That's correct. Good. Understand, Brianna? Brianna, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. So now we're going to now go from vectors A to B. Let's draw another line for that. But use a different color so we can create a distinction. Let's use blue. So we're going from point A to point B. So that now is going to be called vectors AB. All right? So let us put in the line. Good. So let us now write now vector OAB now. Can somebody tell me what is vector AB?
Sir, 3, 5.
3, 5. Okay, anybody else? Krishan, you want to try? Yeah, break up, eh? Eh? You think him right? Okay. Brenna, you want to try? Hold on. All right, you know, sounds so clear, Krishan. All right, Brenna, you want to try? Yes or no? All right, she want to observe. All right, so look at it now. We're using the graph. Using the graph. Now, in a vector, please remember what vector is about. Vector is about movement. It's about movement. Movement from one point to another. Movement. As a matter of fact, let me write that so I understand it in text. Let's go over this section and write it in notes. Vector is about movement. Good. Let's go back a bit for the full stop. That is moving from one point to another. Well, we count the movement first horizontally towards horizontally towards the second point and vertically to the and then toward the second point and then count vertically up or down to the second point. Going to the second point. To the second point. Just wanted to see this one. Going to the second point. All right, let's put the words in action. All right, so here you're trying a thing. All right, so based on the notes, here they say 3, 2. That's correct. 3, 2 is now correct. Very good. 3, 2, the vector 3, 2 is correct. You get it right now. Yeah.
Actually, that means we can go to central.
Wait, your thing that sounds so clear. I don't know why. You showing the thing that sounds so clear. Eh? All right, text what I said so we can read it to the class. All right, so we're gonna put the what we just wrote now in action. So we're talking about vector A, B. And you notice the arrows or in count, yeah, which is what you need to do. You count 2 up. That's correct, right? That's correct. What Christian said, you count 2 up. So watch this now. So we're gonna count 3 vertically as we said, horizontally we say, right? Towards the second point. So the second point is right here. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3 towards it. And then we'll count what now? Vertically up, going to the second point. 1, 2. So what do we write? We write what we count 1, 2, 3 vertically, horizontally. And then we count 2 now, because we can't go no further because we're going to B. So we have to stop right here. So I'm going 2 up. So that is the vector. Vector AB. Let's try another one. And then you guys will tell me what that vector is. Then I have a question to ask after that. All right. Now, let's say that we plot another vector. Let's say this is vector. Let's try this one. Let's try that one. Draw the vector, the different line. Let's use green rather. I'm going to call that point C. Brianna, could you tell us what this vector is? What is vector OC, Brianna? Okay, do you want to try? That is vector point C. What is the vector? Let's draw the line. Somebody drop off. Brianna drop off. All right. Yeah, Shant, you can text the answer or say it. What's the answer for that one?
6, 2.
6, 2. That's correct. The vector OC is 6, 2. So we'll write OC right here. 6, 2. 6, 2. Correct. So now let us now use let's now go to vectors. Let's try and find a vector. This time we're going to try and find the vector BC. Let's draw a different line. Let's use orange. We're coming from point B, point C. And now the arrow pointing down. So what though? We want you to tell me now what is vector BC? What's the vector for BC now?
So 2, 3, 2, 3, negative 3.
Very good. So so BC,
Negative 3, correct, sir?
yes, man, that's correct.
No.
It is 2, negative 3. Why did you say negative 3? Tell us why it's a negative 3.
Right, go down, sir.
It went down. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Because it went what? Down. Good. That's the reason for it. Because it went down. Right? Good. So because it went down, that is the reason why it is negative 3. Very good. Do you understand that, Mr. Krishan? Both of you understand that? Well, I know that thing I understand. All right. So that is correct. Let us now find vector. All right. Krishan is asking how you get to 2, negative 3. Explain to him
But I
how you
said
gonna.
where do you get the next one, brother? The movement and something. You go cross 2 times and then go down 3 times. And when you go down on the y-axis and negative.
Good. You heard that, Krishan? You understand now?
When you go down a negative, when you go up a positive. And on the x-axis, if you go back we are negative.
Mhm. Good. All right. Wonderful. Thank you very much. All right. So I understand. Now, let us look for vectors AC. And then we're going to ask a special question. AC. The one vector AC now. Let's draw a different line to get that vector. All right. All right. Figure out AC for me. Figure out vector AC for me and tell me.
Can I draw the line, sir?
Then I can draw lines in imagination, sir. But I'll draw the line, sir. At your command, sir, I shall draw the line. All right. Let's use purple. Tomorrow we're not talking about that, so, you know. All right. So that's vector AC now. What is vector AC? Brianna, tell us what vector AC is. Try, at least try.
Sure. 5, 2, I think.
What you say, Brianna? Say it again.
So I'm not sure about the answer, but 5, 2.
5, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice try, but look to see where you made the mistake. Look to see where you made the mistake. Mm-hmm. You see where I made a mistake? You get one part correct. All right, we get the answer from Yanni. Yanni correct too. Krishan. No, Krishan. That's where she go wrong. Try again, Brianna. You get the first part correct. It is 5, but what? 5 what? 5, 5, but 5 what? Hmm? Go ahead. Mhm. Try one more time. You just made one little mistake. Are you there, Brianna? Brianna, are you there? Yes. Just you make one mistake, you know. Your 5 is correct, but going down is how much? Remember, I say you have to count along this line and then you stop. And how much you go down? By 1, right? It's -1. -1. But very good try. Very good attempt. All right. All right. Should we take one more before I ask the next question?
Yeah, can do that.
All right. I will take another one. Choose a point. Choose a point. Choose a point. Somebody choose a point. Choose a point.
So make a point. You make
No,
a point.
you choose one. Just choose a point. All right, Brianna, choose a point. All right, I'm gonna choose one. I don't know why I choose one. I'm gonna choose one right there. So that's the point that I choose. Brianna, give me that chance. You take the first one. What's the vector? What do they call that? D. Let's call that point D, right? Let's call that point D. What is vector CD, Brianna? C to D. I want to make sure you understand as well. What's vector C to D? I'm trying to write OD first, right? Yeah, go ahead, Brianna. Listening to you. Go ahead.
So 3, 2.
3, 2. That's correct. All right, before I write CD, can somebody tell me what OD is? What is OD? Give me vector OD.
So 9-4.
9, 4. Good. And then Brianna said no, CD is equal to 3, 2. That's 3, 2. That's correct. All right, good. Now, question. I want you to all of you to write down OA, OB, OC, and OD in one column. Just draw a column and write down the vector, those vectors on one side, OA, OB, OC, and OD. Do all of that. So you write the vector, all of this, all of this, all of this, all this, now is one column. Do that first.
Do it, we say one another.
You will draw a column like this, a table, and you put the vector OA, you write it down, write down all the vectors with O in this column and the other vectors in this column. I have a question to ask. Very important question. Good. All right. You do that. When you finish, let me know. So what we're really doing now is looking at displacement vectors. So last class we just look at vectors in a whole, and we're looking at two topics tonight: position vectors and displacement vectors. But I want you to make an observation first.
I finished. So.
You finish? Okay. All right, everybody else finish? Brianna, you finish?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You say you finish, Kishan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Brianna, what about you? No,
Yes, sir.
very good. Now you're going to use your eyes carefully. And use your eyes carefully. And you're going to look, you're going to compare both columns. Column one, column two. You use your eyes. Just look. Just look. Just look. Listen to the question, then just look. Now, first of all, what you notice about the vectors in the first column? What you notice about them? Tell me what you observe. What do you notice about the columns, the vectors in the
I
first
always
column?
say to set up them column again, sir. But all of them come from point O.
Ah, very good. All of them come from point O. All the vectors in the first column comes from point O. Krishan said O is the starting point. Very good. So all those vectors in the first column come from O. That is in your own words. That's correct. And then now Krishan in his own words, O is the starting point. Therefore, that is the same thing as the point of origin. So all of them start from the point of origin. Now that is called position vector. So all the vectors that start from O or come from O, they're all called position vectors. Is that clear? Good. So you will remember in your own words what you just said. That's why I wanted to use your eyes first, look first, then speak. So I want you to understand that the math is as simple as you looking, you observing, then you speak about it. Don't think about it yet. Look first and practice that. Develop that habit that when you go to the CSEC exam, you use the same habit when you see the paper, you are looking at the paper first. Then you react. Then you respond. But don't try to respond before looking. It's just like when you're crossing the road. If you're not looking, you're going to get hit by the vehicle. But if because you were looking first, you saw the vehicle coming, you judge the speed, and you stop and wait till the vehicle pass. Then you cross the road safely. It's the same principle for mathematics, okay? So they're all coming from the point O. The next thing now, what do you notice about the vectors in the second column? Let's see if it's observing. What do you notice about the vectors in the second column? Then what you notice? What do you notice?
So all of them connected.
Explain what you mean. All of them connected. Explain what you mean.
All of them go point C. That one.
All of them go point C. Oh, well,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, because I draw it like that. But all right, you observe that. Fine. Because that this you saw that, so we can't say no to that. But it's because we draw it like that. But is there any other thing that you observe?
It go vertically. Yeah.
No, man, I don't want you to look at the graph. So I want you to look at the column that you draw.
And the column me I look on those, so that's why I'm
No,
saying
man,
all of them go
Krishan,
point.
no, man, Krishan say go vertically. Someone just want him to understand that I want him to look at the table, not at the graph, no, but the table.
So
Yeah. Mhm. Good, I'm listening. Again, remember, you're not thinking, you're just looking, and then you can respond.
all of them starting point they go in order like A, B, C.
All right, you said the starting point going to order, what you mean? Oh, because
A,
you put
B.
it, all right. Otherwise, all right, I see what you do. You are focusing on the second column by itself.
Something.
Look, I want to compare the first column with the second column. And what do you notice?
What do you
What's
mean?
Oh, the ending point in the first column or the starting point, then put the second column.
what you
I'm
mean?
on
What you mean?
So
Give an
like what
example.
in the
like
first column, in the
Yes,
first column you have OA, and then in the
yes.
second column you have AC.
So you have AC. So you have OA and you have AC. Look again now and tell me something more. You have use AC now. Use AC. You have OA and you have AC. Look again now, compare again now, and tell me something more. And everybody must try this. Not just Ian. Everybody must try this. So tell me in your own words what you observe. Everybody do have to use AC now. This is Ian using AC. But I want everybody else to observe, compare both columns. Just compare them. These are the skills that you have to develop going into the exam. And every week you're going to try to develop the skill. You said OA, I have AC. Compare. And you correct your statement. You don't notice something here? And while you're comparing, if you want to get to know more,
But you have to say, like, the A is the starting point.
yeah, what is it, Krishan? Say it again.
The A is the starting point.
OA is the starting point, and then
And AC, probably
OA is the starting point, and then you're coming on to something. Which one is the ending point?
A.
No, man. AC is what you want to achieve. AC is what you want to achieve. But you say OA is the starting point, and then what now is the ending point?
So with the like all the OA position vectors, how do you say the next vector them name? So like the AC and them so how do you say them vector them name?
AC is displacement. AB, AC, CD,
Displace-
BC, those are displacement vectors.
So you have to use the position vectors to make the displacement vector.
Why you ask that? Why you
Because
ask that?
I always use the OA and them something there, the position vectors to make the first point.
Good.
And then
Yes.
AC, yeah,
So you use what? You use OA and what?
Use OA and then we continue from this and go AC.
No, but you use OA and something to get AC. What do you use it OA to get AC? You just say it now. All right. OC. Yes. You have to use the two position vectors to get the displacement vector. OA and OC. Use OA and you use both OA and you use OC to get AC.
Oh, so
Don't
two position vectors and displacement vector. So
exactly. So you realize how much you learn by just observing. Where's the Christian?
nah, you know what I'm saying, Sean.
Yeah, in my breakup
I
break.
don't know what
All right. Sometimes it come in clear, sometimes it don't. All right, but you can text. Read what you said. So you can text. Brian, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
You heard that? You heard that? With the conclusion we made, and I want you to participate. Participation is
Sir, I'm not
very
trying to
important.
understand because I am lost.
That is it. But you're lost because you're not participate. We need to hear what you have to say. You can't sit quiet and I can. All right. What he's saying. Hold on, wait, hold on. Come, Brianna, did you draw the columns? Did you draw the columns,
I
Brianna?
don't have a book near me.
You don't have a?
I don't have a book near me.
Oh, that is the problem. That's why you lost. You have to try now when you come to class, you have your book, even a piece of paper. Because remember, The live session is similarly to when you're in a class with your teacher. All right, so you must come to school with your notebook and a pencil. Walk with something, even fold a leaf, even a book page. Walk with something, all right? Good. But what we're saying now is that we use OA, because the trick to it, if, all right, let me put up a vector. I'll see if I see the trick. If I have EF, what two position vectors could I use to make EF? Let's hear the answer.
OE and OF.
Very good. OE and OF. You hear that, Brianna? Brianna, you heard that?
Yes, sir.
All right. We are go for the trend. We are go for the trend. We are go for the pattern. So the two position vectors they use to make EF is OE and OF. All right. Watch again now. If we have vector RS, Brianna, tell me which two position vectors we use to make that. Make a guess. Get it wrong, I don't know if you get it wrong. At least you try. So try again. Try something. What two position vectors we use to get RS? Come, Brianna, try. All right, I'm going to tell Ian to say it again, but you need to listen. Ready? Ian, what two position vector get RS?
OR and OS.
All right. Your turn now, Brianna. If I have ZW, what two position vectors do we need to get ZW, Brianna? Brianna? Brianna is there? Yeah, go ahead, Brianna. Listen now.
Sir. Can so ask one question, please?
What two position vectors should we use to get ZW? Try. Try something. But they're wrong, you're right. That's not a problem. But just try. I want you to try.
All right, sir. We know the answer, but I wonder how.
We will get to that part. Just tell me what you're saying.
Sorry, was it and what was it?
Exactly. That's what I want. I want you don't wonder. Don't wonder. Don't got the time to wonder. Just observe, follow the pattern. In everything, there's a pattern. In everything, there's a pattern. You go observe somebody who cook rice. You observe your mother who cook rice. The auntie who cook rice. The so-and-so who cook rice. So-and-so who cook rice. But there is a pattern. They all wash the rice first. That's number one. So you know, so when you cook rice, you go wash rice first. When they wash rice, there might be different things, but there's always a common thing, which is a pattern. So you look for the common thing first. You look for what is the common thing. What's the pattern? The pattern is that we put O before each of the letters. Is that clear? That's how you know them. So watch this now, Brianna. If we want vectors CD, what two position vectors would you use, Brianna? Exactly. Come on, confidence. All right. OC and OD. Now, my next question to the class. Now that we know how to identify the position vectors, now that we know we must use two position vectors to get a displacement vector, so we know that we must use two of them, two position vectors. We know how to choose the position vectors. The question is now, how do we use the position vectors to get the displacement vector? Look back at the columns now. Look back at the columns now. Compare the columns again. Look at it. Now, there's a technique in looking. I know Christian will know the answer to this one, or A&A will know the answer to this one. If you see a nice young lady, Nice young lady. Brianna is nice, but we don't show one now, right? Right, Brianna? Right? Though, because she has her little friend, you know? I won't get into that though. But you have a nice young lady. Would just by looking alone allow you to know about that young lady? Yes or no?
No, sir.
What would you have to do to get to know more about that young lady?
Get to know more about her.
Yeah, but by doing what?
Yeah, the information and some
Or that go, Christian? By what?
information.
You have to when I hear that part. Text it.
Information.
Text it when I hear it clear.
So, ask questions and them something there. To know more about
Exactly.
her.
You gotta ask questions. You gotta interact with her. You gotta do something. You have to do something with the thing. You have to do something with the thing. So you can't just look so. Otherwise, you don't know anything more. So that's how you learn in anything, especially mathematics. You observe first, but to learn more about the thing, you have to interact with the thing. You have to do something with the thing. That's how you learn more about it. That's how you learn more. That's how you learn more. So the next step is to do something now. No, I want to do something now with the position vectors to see what you can do with it to get the displacement vectors. Look for that now. What can I do with the two
Repeat what
positions?
repeat what you say, sir.
All right, let me repeat now. I am saying, what is it that you can do with the position vectors to get the displacement vector? I want you to do something with them to find out what you can do with them to get the displacement vector. Let's start off with AB. You said use vector OA, vector OB to get vector AB. What then can we do with the two position vectors OA, OB to get AB? That's the question.
Connect the ending points of the two position vectors.
No, man, not by drawing, but with the vector itself, the numerical vector now. Just the number part. You compare column A with column B. Do something with vector OE and vector OB to see how you can get the displacement vector AB. That's the question. Focus, focus, focus.
What you say, sir? What you say?
All right, let me say it slowly. Look at the you told the class that to get vector AB, you need two position vectors, and the position vectors are OA and OB. So the question is now, what do you do with these two position vectors to get the displacement vector? That's the question. Do something with them. And Brianna, don't be afraid to get the answer wrong. Now is the time to get it wrong. When the exam time come, you know how to get it right. So try. Always think that way. And as I told the guys before you came on, that they need to write down the goal. The goal is to get a grade 1 next year in CSEC 2024. Then the next step now, you're going to write down, give me a second, Ms. Baker. You're going to write down, how am I going to get this grade 1? Give me a second, give me a second. All right? So try and figure out what to do. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, anybody came up with an idea? Any ideas? Did you try something with it? Experiment? Did you experiment? Anybody can experiment, you know. Anybody experimented? Brianna, you experimented?
So repeat yourself for the one more time.
All right. Remember, the objective is to find out what can we do with the two position vectors that we chose to get the displacement vector.
And me I say connect the ending points of the position vector, sir.
What do you mean connected the ending point? What do you mean?
The ending point of OA are A and the ending point of OB are B. So
So
connect
in
A
other
and
words, yeah, but that you are using the graph. How do we? All right. O is 1, 3, right? OB is 4, 5, but yet still AB is 3, 2. What then can we do with OA and OB to get AB? That's the question.
no you is no.
OA is 1 over 3, correct?
Yeah,
OB is 4 over 5, correct?
yes, sir.
What mathematically can we do with these two vectors to get vector AB, which is 3, 2? Yes, Krishan. Krishan said it. Where's it, Krishan? Take away. Exactly. Subtract. Yes, yes, A and I right in the class.
Me?
Yes, indicate it right in the class the first time,
Take
right?
away one. Take away one.
You take away OA from OB. I said, no, Krishan listening now. Krishan listening to class. Krishan listening to class.
I
Him
don't
actually
remember
remember. Him actually remember I look all ago. All right. All right. Let me show you though. Let me show you what I did. Ready now? Go show you what I did.
Yeah.
Show you what I did though. See it now. Note now. Why I going such a task? Because I want to learn the skill. There's a skill to this thing. So OA is, what was the OA was again? Tell me, so what's right now?
1 over 3.
1 over 3. And then OB is what again?
4/5.
4 over 5 and a 4/5. And a fraction this.
No,
4 over
no,
5.
you just say it, sir.
And then we have AB, which is what? 3 over 2, right? So what do we do with the 1 and the 4 to get the 3? That's all they ask.
Sure.
Why do we 1 and 4 to get 3?
Okay, take away them, yeah.
Take away. Why do we 3 to get 5? 3 over 5. 3 and 5. Where do
Take
we
away
get
3
2?
from
Take
5.
away. Good. So we're saying now, you can't take away in vectors, do you know? But what you do, if you take 1 from 4, you won't get 3. You get negative 3. So you have to switch around now the OA to AO plus the OB. And then now you get AB. You see, the problem is it was taught before, but you never
You know,
remember.
sir, that I just takes him, switch it over AO, AB, OB.
Yes, it becomes negative 1, negative 3, plus, now you can add them now, 4, 5, and negative 1 plus 4 will give you 3, 2. That's what I'm called the vector method. All right. Now I'll share the video link with you that was recorded to another one of our channels. So we're going to share it with you so you can watch it back over. But why I take you through the task of observation first? then experimenting, because these are the two tools. The third one would have been communication, which is to state your conclusion backed by your observation of your experiment. Use a scientific approach to learn the mathematics. Observation, experiment, then observe, then conclude using what you observe. Once we practice these skills, you will see that you learn much faster with mathematics. And the next class would identify your strengths. I'm going to use your strengths to help you to optimize your potential to pass the exam to grade 1. But as I said now, come to class Thursday, that is Monday, where we will now have the opportunity to look at statistics. I saw where Plummer has speed up the task. We only have one lesson left to statistics to cover, and one meaning one set, which is lesson 2. And Brianna, tell me to speed up the thing from here so we can start it's even to initiate the process so that you can get your contact, your code, access codes, so you can start doing the assignments. All right. Now, as I said to you before, guys, the videos must be watched. Because when we start doing the past papers, when we do the classwork during the contact period on Mondays, it simply means that you need those information to help you to do the paper 2 questions. So once you keep the thing flowing, you don't look on I showed you the passport first, how it look, or what we're working up against. But once you do what I tell you to do, you're guaranteed to pass the grade 1. It comes with practice, comes with discipline, but it also comes with skill development. So we develop a skill through the entire program. The first thing you wanted to learn is to what? Prepare yourself for prepare yourself for class. Watch those videos. Do the little assignments that come with the videos. Then you make your notes. Come to class. You apply the notes. So you're learning to apply. When you practice to apply, you're going to be developing a skill. And then when I am coaching you in the class now, because that's what I'm doing, I'm coaching you during the live class now to observe what's in before you. So you're going to rely on your observation to respond to it. Remember, don't cross the road before looking, because you're going to get hit. But look first so you can cross the road safely. Remember that when it comes on to mathematics, you cannot go wrong. All right? Good. So once again, I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting the class, and I look forward to see you guys coming again. And I know once you remain, your parents will cover their responsibility. You cover your responsibility. I cover my responsibility. And guess who will do the rest? God will cover his responsibility. So all of us have a part to play in making this a success. So do what you need to do, and the job will be done. All right? Let's start. How was tonight's class? Was it good? Was it bad? How was it? Who's going first? Remember, always evaluate the class before we exit. What do you mean bad? Explain what bad means. Good, bad, or bad, bad. Is it good? Oh, so Krisha said bad, as in good. Okay. What about you, Yanni? How was the class for you today?
Good, sir.
It was good. All right. Brianna, we know you had a glitch, but how was it for you still? Was it? Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I didn't hear you. What's your evaluation?
Very well.
It was all right. Very good. All right, so just tell Madam to sort out that part, and then we will. If she doesn't understand what to do, just start to speak with me tomorrow, and I'll guide her what to do. All right, because I need you to settle in so you can get with the flow and put yourself in the position to pass this exam next year. All right, ma'am? Have yourselves a wonderful night. Take care. Have a good night.
Okay, good night.
Everyone cool. Are you guys can click on leave? Click on leave, Prashant. All right, good night to those persons who are viewing this class, mathematics class. Welcome to CDP Library Services. I am yours truly, Ronnie Bernard. I am the one that teaches mathematics and science. And of course, we are looking forward for your support to support CDP Library Services. We have lots of students who have supported our school and they have done well, moved on with their life. We have persons who are now into university in the United States. We have persons who have completed university in the United States. So we have been contributing to the world building and nation building across the world. So we're inviting you to come and support CDP Lazarus Services as we support your growth, your development, and getting you to pass your exam. So those are persons who would have joined our information session WhatsApp group. I would have put the link that you could also experience what it is like. But just watching from YouTube is not enough. Come and join us here in Zoom by registering, applying, and becoming a student of CDP Library Services. Have yourself a good night. Take care. Sleep well. Pray. Rise tomorrow.